से निकल के खेती में जा खेती करने के लिए आप फील्ड में जाते थे, that is no longer the situation. So this is the very nature of industrial society, that for work you have to travel. And I think this point is not recognized enough. When we talk about right to work, we need to talk about right to travel alongside the right to work. Because if you cannot travel, you're not going to be able to work. Either that work is going to take a huge toll on your health, on your well-being, or it is going to cost you more money to just travel there, or it's just going to be so difficult to travel that you will not take up the work. I don't have exact figures, but from my personal experience of working as part of our trade union with construction workers, with sanitation workers, gig workers, the sheer number of people who are giving up job opportunities simply because they don't have the means to travel is actually very, very huge. Inability to travel is a very important component of unemployment. These are things on which we don't have enough data. I'm speaking from experience, and I think for groups and coalitions like this which are being formed, I think we have to collect this data. Social movements will have to do its own fact-finding and collect enough data to establish these points on the basis of verified facts.
Yeah, thank you, Akash. And that's a very you highlighted a very important point. So now Arvind has worked on for more than 15 years on various urban issues. So Arvind, so we have this policy. So how can we take these policies forward, or क्या किया जा सकता है? How can we represent these policies to various stakeholders? Is something I want to understand from you.
पर वैशाली, मुझे नहीं पता कि मेरे 15 साल काम से क्या होगा, लेकिन जो मुझे आता है मैं आपके सामने रखता हूँ. देखिए, I think one thing that I liked about the policy, and everyone has already mentioned that this has a very powerful idea, an idea which time has come and it's common sense and should be done, and it's standing out really well. So commend, all congratulations to people who have drafted this. I think एक चीज जो हमको इसमें सोचनी है कि इसको आप कहाँ पे पिच करना चाहते हैं, गवर्नेंस लेवल में कहाँ इसको आप रखना चाहते हैं, because at a regional level, state level, railways, metro rails, light rail or fast rail transport, so on and so forth. But if you are talking about cities, if you are talking about ULBs, you have to really think of the kind of governance level. Just from a policy perspective, that is my first input. कि अगर शहर की बात कर रहे हैं तो शहर के अंदर ULB को अधिकार मिलना चाहिए, 74th amendment, हालांकि पेपर में है, but we should try and push it towards that direction. But if it's regional, state, and if you're wanting to engage the national government, of course it has to be. Where do you pitch it to? Do you take it, of course, more to the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs? That is where the focus should be, but also the fact that you will have to deal with the Ministry for Highways, Road Transport, so on and so forth. So where exactly in governance do we want to take this? I think उसमें थोड़ा शायद काम करना पड़ेगा. Second thing, something that Geetam ji had very rightly put, that this at this stage looks or pushes the idea of bus, for instance. But there are other modes that have to go together with this transport to make it public transport. And what could that be is something that I'm leaving it for the gathering here to decide and think. But also, what is the ecosystem that ensures that public transport survives? वरना हमारे शहरों में 10 एग्जाम्पल हैं, जैसे कि दिल्ली में कुछ भी आप लेके चलोगे, अरे BRTS को देखो ना क्या हो गया, उसको बाद में हमें तोड़ना पड़ गया. तो it has to have an ecosystem next to it, which could mean that footpaths, what are the feeder systems, what are the informal means of other transport that have to be regulated, protected, so on and so forth. तो वो आप थोड़ा, I think इस document में there has been a good attempt, but I think we need to put that out very clearly. And also just to add